Hi, I'm Finian, and this is the Dead by Daylight Killer Alphabet Challenge. Hello and welcome back everybody to another episode of the Alphabet Challenge that we've been doing here. And today we move on to the next letter, which is the letter I. Now at the letter I we reach a difficult point because there's no killer that has the title that starts with an I. There's no killer that has a first or second name or a surname for that matter that starts with an I. I thought maybe the Plague, but if I remember correctly, her name is Adiris with an A and not an I, because I thought it might be Ediris, like Iris maybe, but that's not her. So I decided, let's have a look at a killer that I have mapped out that I won't be using, because either they're redundant in the letter, that they have the same one as another one in their title, or I might not get to use them because, well, there's 30 killers and there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So I decided for the letter I, we're gonna play the Doctor. And for the reason, like the distant reason I could say I did that is because, well, insanity. And the Doctor is insane. So let's get over into the perks. Now there's quite a few perks. Not that many, but a few. For the letter I, which are I'm All Ears, Infectious Fright, Insidious, Iron Grasp, and Iron Maiden. Now, out of these perks, we're gonna take I'm All Ears, which is a teachable perk from the Ghost Phase, which will show the auras of any survivor that performs a rushed action within 48 meters of the killer's location, and will also reveal their aura for 6 seconds. A rushed action is a fast vault over a pallet or a rushed vault through a window, which can be a fast one or a rushed vault. And after revealing the aura of that survivor for 6 seconds, the perk will go on a 40-second cooldown. Not that great, but it can work. Next perk is Infectious Fright, which is a teachable perk from the Plague, which will make any survivors within the killer's terror radius scream when a survivor is put into the dying state. And it will also reveal their location for 6 seconds, much like I'm All Ears. So we're going to put that on second. We're going to skip Insidious because that's not worth anything. And we're going to run Iron Grasp, which is a common perk. Every killer has this. It's a non-teachable perk. And this perk is very simple. It makes the effects of survivors struggling 75% less effective, and increase the time it takes them to wiggle out of the shoulder by 12%. So we can carry them a bit further and won't get shaked around as much. And the last perk we're going to run is Iron Maiden. It allows to open lockers 50% faster, and any survivor who exits a locker will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds, and will suffer from the exposed cells effect for 30 seconds upon doing so. Might not get any value out of this, but, you know, survivors sometimes hide in lockers when they hear you charging your static blast, so that is that. So let's move on to the add-ons. And we have 2 of each, because we're gonna run the Iridescent King and the Iridescent Queen. Now, I don't know if they cancel each other out for some reason, but if you run these, there's a lot of stuff that happens, okay? Let's start with the Queen first. The Queen will make it that all survivors struck by shock therapy and static blast will have a static charge, which will remain until discharged. But if survivors are close to each other or within 4 meters of each other, they do not acquire such a static charge. But anytime a survivor comes within 4 meters of another survivor who is carrying a static charge, that survivor receives a shock identical to like a shock therapy, and it will discharge the static charge, and it will make them scream when they come close to another survivor. It's info. And then the Iridescent King, which basically does everything all the other add-ons do in the lower tiers, which makes it so that survivors will hit a distant terror radius, which will sometimes happen in Madness Tier 2 and will be constant in Madness Tier 3. Survivors will get a illusionary red stain when they're in chase with the Doctor, which will persist 6 seconds after the chase ends in Madness Tier 2 and constantly active in Madness Tier 3. Broken pallets will appear as if they're still there. So they will be replaced with illusionary pallets, and they will be generated every 20 seconds randomly. The illusionary doctors will last longer, and the doctor will now see the illusionary red stains as well as the auras of the illusionary doctors and illusionary peril. So it basically does everything that the underling add-ons do. Whew. But there's also one more add-on with the letter I that we could potentially use if we run out of these, which is the interview tape, which will make shock therapy the special ability change from a cone to a beam with a width of 24 meters and with a 24 meter range and a 2 meter width. So it will no longer be a cone, but it will be like a straight beam. Harder to hit, potentially not what I want to run. And then we have 2 offerings we can run, one of which is the Icorius Loam, which would send us to the Garden of Joy. And the other one is the Ivory Memento Mori, which will allow us to kill one survivor who has reached the second hook state by our hand. And that's what we're gonna run, because I don't have the other one. And we only have one of these, so if we don't get it on the first game, guys, I'm gonna run Blood Point offerings. Let's get into it. Damn, this was the longest explanation, I think. Ooh, here we are on the game. Now, 2 people actually brought offerings for basement and killer shack and hatch in main building, but well, that don't exist on this map. Already got people here. He slow vaulted it. Let's get down there too. He's running that way. That's Ear's activating. And him running to Narnia. Oh, that's a quick drop. Somebody put a boon. That was a decent chuck, I think. He misplayed it a bit because he was making it very obvious that he pre-drops. Okay, let's see if we can get some info here. This time I hit her. Now I get her. Have to make sure that she doesn't dead hard, you know? Well, this gen's quite far as well. Holy moly. There we go, that's one smack. Somebody screened over there. He got pranked. I'm gonna have to go back and break that pallet at some point. That was really laggy how he vaulted it. She just got a static charge down there, I think, yeah. You ever heard this much screaming? Did you think the pallet was fake, maybe? Oh no, there's a boon somewhere here. It's probably in the bathroom. Somebody's over here. Oh, that was so close. Save the best for last would have been a miracle worker there. He's not running very optimal lines, this guy. I get him here. Never mind. He's dead hard. But no pallet here. And only one dead hard. Oh, all three of them got hit. Make him self-care. Stop him from doing any gens. I'm not sure if he vaulted. He did. Okay. That was infectious fright working as well. I completely forgot that I have that. Oh, she's right here. Huh. She's reversed. Okay, didn't realize she had that. Didn't even see him. Oh, because he didn't go here. Oh, Ammo Ears is not ready yet, unfortunately. Up there and up there. Okay. Let's kill him. I was at a festival though. That's not a fake pallet. I don't think he makes it. Oh, he made it. Just barely, even though he had such poor pathing there. I keep getting stuck on this doll. This happens to me every time on this map. Okay, I think I just need to let him drop it. Oh, he didn't actually. Oh, he's so calm. Should have just done that much sooner. Oh, he's got another one here. Oh, I forgot how many pounds this map has. Oh, but he greeted now, I think. Never mind. His lines are so loose, but he still gets to every pallet. There's another safe pallet here. Yeah, go sit down. He's down here still. I heard him. I heard like somebody was touching the gen. It definitely sounded like someone was touching the gen. Like there was like the noise it would make if somebody like flips one of the switches. He was the one with that heart, right? I almost forgot. Oh, I did forget. Okay, well. At least I didn't have to chase this bill anymore. Let's see if we can get a 4K or if we take the 3K. He's over there. Found it. Okay, he's waiting by one of the exit gates probably. I'm not gonna have a standoff with him. He has to be at this one, because otherwise he would have been caught in my shock. But he's not. Have I been completely outplayed? Yes, I have. Never mind, I have not been outplayed. Well, there we go. That's it. GG's. 4K. Tough match still. I feel like if only those guys had dropped more pallets, they... I mean, look at all this. They did drop a bunch of pallets, but... Ooh, that bill was hard to catch there because he... But then he greeted too hard on the pallets. Instead of just dropping them, you know. Well, GG's, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys when we get to the next letter.
Out of my cage, the world